Sure, I got everything together real quick, real quick. What's going on, everybody? Give me a second. Let me go ahead and make sure I got everything lined up. Here we go. What's good? What's good? And what is good? Sippers and snippers. This your boy Hidden Gems. Back on this wonderful Sunday. And we're back. Unfortunately, haven't really been doing much on Sundays due to football and everything else. But hey, football's over. Super Bowl is done. Had a hell of a halftime, a Telemundo halftime show. Great visuals. Couldn't really understand the words. It's been years since I've been out of Spanish and everything, but definitely enjoyed the visuals. Definitely enjoyed the symbolisms, the symbolic little moments in there representing what's going on in Puerto Rico. And yeah, man, overall a good game. Now, now we're back. Sunday is about to officially be ours again. All right. Ours is in me, myself, and whoever I bring up here. But we back, man. We back on Sundays, baby. Speaking of Sundays, football, Super Bowl, hey, real quick, how many of y'all really foresaw Seattle walking away with the championship? Because I'll be honest with you, not that I cared. I was a little worried. Drake May looked like he was having a stellar year, and I really thought the Patriots were about to be back on top completely. But lo and behold, they surprised the hell out of everybody. Man, tell you what, I know quite a few people that did not think that they were going to drop the ball like they did, and they put some money on there. Shout out to all my Patriots fans. Loved them to death. Definitely loved them with Belichick and Tom Brady, but they might be coming back with something. But I tell you what, they're not there yet. And Seattle, congrats to y'all. Congrats to everybody who was a fan. But, yeah. We'll see what happens next year, man. Y'all definitely had the best team in the NFL this year, hands down. Congrats to Sam Darnold and everything. But let's go ahead and get back on topic. I know y'all didn't come to hear me sit up here and talk about football all night or too long in the middle of the program. But, yeah, man. Welcome, everybody. Just said the lights were too bright, and they may have been. He's still a young dude. I think it was first, second year. So he'll have another opportunity. But let me go ahead and get to the chat, man. Let me go ahead and say what's up to everybody who's here. What's going on, Joel Matrix? As usual, per usual, 7:15. He was in the building. Sin of the day is Agatho Yardino. All right. Echo. Okay. All right. Joe, with his usual moderator status, I love the fact that he comes in all the time. One of the first people in there, and he's always encouraging those who are watching, man, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with a friend. As my boy Walt says, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let them know that, hey, Fat Boy Monday is tomorrow, but today is Hidden Gems Sunday Fun Day. We're going to try and make it fun. All right. Let me go ahead and get back in here. Mr. Clark, what's going on? Sin of the day is Histories de Perfumes Ombre 114. Look, I had my eye on that for a while. I am an ombre or amber connoisseur, and I definitely got to check that out. I love the way the notes looked. I had a Histories de Perfumes. I forget which one I got, but definitely a good one. Definitely a good blend. Got to check it out. David Webster, what's going on, man? Sin of the day is Garlon Loam, EDL, EDP. All right. Nice. My guy Dutch in the building. Sin of the day is Texas by Bold Label. All right. Nice. Never smelt that one, but definitely looking forward to getting some feedback on that. All right. My guy Terrence, Mr. 317, what's going on, baby? Mr. Hall, that's what we're going to start calling this man, Mr. Hall, because that's all we see him post on IG. Halls, y'all. My guy, Dan, not the man. Hey, if y'all got a second, go out there to IG and go follow my guy Dan Not the Man. I forget what his actual tag is, and it's funny that you come into the chat with Dan Not the Man. Man, Dan, remind us what your new YouTube tag is, all right? Because I forget it at time. I don't know if it's Dan Sense or Dan Smells, or it was Dan something, man. Hey, let us know. Shout out to you for being here, and shout out to you for starting to document your scent journey, man, for real. He said his scent of the day is Rose of No Man's Land. That is a Byredo special. Nice. Nice. Hey, boy, Terrence, I'm going to turn off the NBA All-Star and turn this on the big screen, bro. Hey, look, that was another reason why I had to get on here. I caught a glimpse of that NBA All-Star game, and, bro, I was just displeased. I mean, let's talk about it. Hey, the NBA All-Star game is much like the fragrance community in some aspects. There's a lack of competition. It seems that everybody's trying to do what everybody else is doing. Nobody's really trying to compete head-to-head. No one's really trying to show their own level or their own version of creativity. Baby, can you stop? Makes sense. But, y'all, it's a weak show. And many of the fragrance companies that we find value in, that we've been watching, purchasing from over the years, are giving us weak presentations, weak representations of their brands. In other words, there's a lack of competition out there. I think the most competitive thing is going to be the clones, and they are more or less competing on how many fragrances they can come up with in a year. But I mean, definitely distasteful at times. But the highlight is that every once in a while you'll get a new name, or you'll see someone that goes out there and does a little something, dazzles you in the game or whatnot, and you might look forward to seeing more from them in the next 3 or 4 years. But honestly, overall as a whole, it kind of gets mundane. The lack of competition makes you not want to watch it, much like in the fragrance community. It makes you want to just talk about the same things over and over again, because if you talk about some of the new stuff, you may not get you may not be able to review it correctly, or less biased, I guess. You may not be able to give it a positive review in some cases, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't blame you, Terrence. Yeah, I caught a little bit of it. It was whack. All right. I don't know what it's going to end up being this year, if they're going to try and score 400 points per team or whatnot. I don't know. But, the last couple of years has been trash. Anytime you have an all-star game where they score 200 points in a game, in a basketball, it's fucking ridiculous. So we're going to keep it moving, all right? My guy HBK, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's good? All right, my guy Bear with M3. What's going on, man? What you got on, baby? Raph, what's going on, man? Good evening. My guy Twizzy in the building. All right, Patriots did have an easy schedule. Seattle defense was elite, and that it was, and offense was just better. Definitely, offense was definitely better. The line was definitely better. Definitely making room, especially in that second and third quarter, for that running back to eventually just take advantage of those holes. At first, they weren't showing as much, and then all of a sudden, second quarter, third quarter, they started opening up. And I give it to that running back. That boy, he's good. That boy good. But Sam Darnold did his thing, man, for real. And that defense, scary. It ain't the Legion of Boom, but you put it in the air, and it might be the Legion of Doom for whatever quarterback is going up against him. It's good, man. My guys, Raph said Patriots are too soft and too rookie. All right, they need to macerate. That's a good term. Yeah, man. Hey, that boy, what's his name, does need to macerate in the league a little bit, man. I like that. That was a great analogy, man. That was a great analogy. Shout out to Raph for that one, man. Rich Money Cash, what's going on? The innovator of the panty pull-upper. All right, what's good, my guy? Bear said it was an easy call, like mind games over cool water. I see what you did there. But here's the question. Which mind games? Because I don't know. Some days I'll be feeling like David Offbeat kicking a couple of mind games' asses. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Personal preference. I'm just saying. Hey, David Off sometimes is too much of an easy reach. And mind games can be a non-reach at times. So, hey, let me know. Let me get through here. All right. Hey, Mr. Hall, it is. You already know, man. That is what it is, baby. Percy, Central Texas, East Texas representative. What's good, everybody? Center of the day is Muslimum, Black Intense, Lattafa Parfums. I got to get my nose on that. Let's talk about that, man. Look, I've been hearing a lot of people say that this is the ultimate clone date night fragrance. And I guess I could see that. I've looked at the notes, can't recite them off of the top of my head right now, but I've heard a lot of people regard it as one of the best date night fragrances that came out. And you know what? Excuse me. I just got to smell it. I talked to an indie niche perfumer, and he said he went to one of the little wholesale stores up there in New York, and he got his nose on it, y'all. And that man said, yo, this stuff is good. It is good. And this is a guy that likes, he's very, very picky about what he wears. Typically doesn't smell much of anything else. Okay. And the one time, I think he said he goes out maybe twice a year and he goes smell something. The one time he goes and he's like, yo, let me check out these indie perfumers. And he goes, or not indie, but Middle Eastern. And he goes and he gets his nose on it and he chooses the Muslim Black Intense. He says, yo, that shit is good. And by the talk, the dialect that I'm using, whatnot, you probably know who it is. But, we're going to talk about it eventually. But, man, I got to get my nose on it, all right? I've been telling y'all, people have been telling y'all, Lattafa has been working wonders. They've been hiring real, inspired perfumers. And the thing about it is that now that they're hiring actual perfumers rather than just having a low-level house come up with the blends and whatnot, I think what it does is these perfumers in these spaces, unlike the All-Star game for the NBA, bro, what they're doing is they're trying to make a name for themselves. This is why I watch college basketball. Speaking of, I know Walt got up there and did a rant on how much he likes North Carolina and everything. But me personally, I'm a Kansas and, of course, a St. John's fan. You've seen me in the shirts and everything. But I'm going to tell you this. Shout out to Kansas for knocking off the number one team, Arizona. All right. Shout out to them. Unfortunately, we got our butts kicked by Iowa State the other day. And so, it's kind of it is what it is. But, y'all, let me tell you this. I watch college because college at one point, and even now, it's more competitive because up until a few years ago, college was a bunch of hungry athletes that were looking to find their way into the NBA. They weren't promised huge paychecks, huge sum of money before, and so they battled to get one of those spots. The competitive urge, the competitive nature, and basketball in college was never tampered with like it is in the NBA once they start getting those checks. And the thing about it is when I look at some of these companies and how they're hiring hungry, starving artists of perfumers, these people are really trying to make some good blends and whatnot because they don't have the name of Quentin Biche, Provenzano, you know what I'm saying, all these other people out there. They don't have their name to lean on, so they're trying to make a name. So they're trying to come up with some of the best creations that they can imagine in the moment. And I think it is adding to the quality of these perfumes that these companies are getting, also because they're also investing in better oils that actually bring out the notes, whether it be natural or synthetic as well. So shout out to them. That's why I stand by. Hey, some of the clone companies are actually competing. They don't see a lot of the niches look down on them, and there's good reason for some, but a lot of the niches look down on them because they think they're no competition, but they're working their way up to be competitors. They're working their way up, man. I'm telling you. And some of these places better be careful. Don't get too comfortable up there, y'all. For real. Let me get back to the chat, man. Hey, Twizzy, scent of the day is Power of You or Monty. It's fire. That passion fruit is crazy. It's full bottle worthy. Okay. Gotta check that out. All right. Nightbot doing his usual. Love him being in here, but he has no power. There is no control over my dominion. Not here. Bo Dominic, what's going on? Bo Dominican York. What's going on, baby? Hey, what's good, man? Glad to have you here. He said, rocking the dandy tonight. All right. That's a bet, man. That's a bet. Yes, All-Star Weekend is trash. It's a wrap, baby. Ain't nobody trying to tune into that ish, man. Barrett said first 3 games was pretty good. That last flanker, though. That last flanker. See, that's why I love the chat, man. Hey, I love the perfume analogies for sure. There he is. All right. So if y'all get a chance, go follow my man Dan Siaj. You know what I'm saying? Give him a holler. Let him know Hidden Gem sent you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. And here he is going ahead and posting from the actual account. HBK said, hey, every All-Star Weekend gets worse. Yes. The dunk contest, yeah, it's a joke, man. Especially since we ain't getting the names that we want to see. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right. Larry Layers, all right, what's good, man? Sin of the day and Valentine's Day sin is Mason Azrar, Fadas Alado. All right. Reg, what's good, man? Sin of the day is Creed Aventus Cologne. Nice. A little citrusy niceness. All right. Jace almost offed himself in the dunk contest. I hadn't caught it yet. I got to go back to it, man. I got to go catch it, man. Frank, what's going on? Evening set of the day is Kingdom Latafa. Nice little T joint there. Little roll boy T. All right. He definitely almost broke his whole body. I got to check it out, man, for sure. Hey, my boy Will said, I'll take cool water perfume over some of Mind Game fragrances. Just saying. Exactly, man. You already know. It's not a hate thing. Mind Game's got some bangers, but they got some misses. All right, it's just what it is. Sin of the day is Enigma Poron. All right, by Roger Dove. Sin Boss, what's good, baby? Glad to have you here as well. So I just bought lately a 200 ml up, a soft, arrogant addict. It's an interpretation of LV Imagination with a hint of LV Pacific Chill. Interesting, Joel. I'd love to say I need to get my nose on it, but I'm not sure if I would even know where to find it. Here we go. To just say I have it. I have it. It's a 10 for me. Latafa Muslim is smooth blend, maybe original. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Stogie P, what's good, baby? What's going on, man? Simmer Mink for the sin of the day. All right. My boy over there smelling very Drake-ish. All right, I got you. Stogie, boy, I can only imagine this boy walk by and be like, Drake? Uh-oh. But I've heard good things about the summer mink. I think I smelled it a little too sweet for my taste. Soft, floral. Good luck to anybody who wears it, though. I'm sure there are plenty of people. It's not bad. It doesn't stink. It's just a little too soft for me. And I didn't say feminine. I just said soft because to me, unisex is unisex. Anybody can wear it, but little too petalish. No. Petalish meaning floral softness. Jeez, I got to clarify everything on here. But Dominic says Felipe Lopez was always in my neighborhood. All right, St. John's, all that. You know it, man. Hey, and shout out. Hey, if you out there, man, hey, shout out to my boy Zuby. All right. Been working out with that man for about 5 years now, man. Hey, look, great kid. He is a leader of the team. He is going to lead them to victory and hopefully another Big East championship. He is the reason why they spanked the out of UConn. So, hey, shout out to him, man. And let me get through here, man, because I've already been on here for about 20 minutes, it seems, all right? I'm already spent a lot of time talking to you folks, which I love, and I love y'all. But let me get to something. This Negro, all right? Smash the like, but I do appreciate that, Dave. Sin of the day is Second Soul. Yeah, you got your second bottle yet? Or is it still over there in the queue with that Seraphim Blue? You know I'm gonna be on it. All right, let me get down here, man. The Rock, what up, Rock boy? What's good, my guy? And yeah, Felipe Lopez made a lot of money before NIL existed, and there are some that were able to. But hey, man, Dutch ain't lying. Hey, that boy was running around everywhere with dice game with that same money. Hey, flipping it and losing it. But yeah, man. All right. So now that we made it to the bottom of the chat, man, let's go ahead and get to what we were talking about. Hey, so Came to you today, Sunday fun day. We're gonna go back to our normal status. I gotta do these Sundays, especially on the days I do my TikTok Thursdays, because gotta have a community conversation every week, man. So today, y'all, I wanted to talk about a particular subject. Particular subject, and that is, man, vanity. Everybody last week and a week before, everybody was talking about money. We've played out the money. What is the cost? We've had our conversations, you know what I'm saying? It's been a topic of discussion with Walt and everybody else. And that's cool. Kev did his spin. Now, last week was about black aromas. All right. So we're going to let that go. All right. But this time, let's talk about vanity. All right. Now, some people may ask me, oh, well, James, what do you mean by vanity? Look, let's be honest. All right. First and foremost, just so that we all have an understanding, okay, let me go ahead and define, all right, what vanity means, okay? Because some people don't really know, all right? I'm looking it up now, and it says vanity means the excessive pride in one's appearance, abilities, or achievements, often leading to conceit and a desire for admiration. But it also refers to something worthless, empty, or a trivial pursuit, stemming from the Latin word for emptiness. All right. Now, all right, here's the deal. When we have our community conversations, we typically talk about these topics in a sense of, watching out for these topics. All right. And, vanity is big, man. Look, we talked about the money and how much you would spend, but when I think about vanity, one of the things that first pops up in my mind about vanity in the community would be a bottle discussion. And let's go there. I had a brief discussion at one point, but let's talk about it. This discussion of vanity does also include the money discussion, finances and whatnot, but it's not limited to that. What this mainly is about is you and your favorite reviewers. All right. So let's have the discussion, y'all. Vanity and bottle consumption. Okay. Now, I want everybody in here in the chat to put in here and let us know how much would you give to, how do you say this? What percentage of a reason do you buy a cologne is based on its appearance, on the presentation of the bottle. All right. Y'all, if y'all are here and you're in the chat, please, in the chat, put down what percentage of why you buy a fragrance is based on the bottle. Okay. And I say that because, shout out to my guy, Walt, and a couple of other people. Walt posted in there. He said one of the main reasons why he got this new Zenith parfums from, I forget what company it came from, but he said, it was because of the bottle. And I thought it was good. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but we're going to have the conversation tonight. What percentage of your purchase is based on the presentation or bottle of that particular cologne? I'll go ahead and give the chat a little bit of time. What's going on, Kev? What's good, my man? Hey, glad you're here, man. What's good? All right. Let me see here. Let me see a couple of these responses. Joel Matrix said, vanity does not need to be flaunt. All right. If it makes you feel good to have those luxuries, then you're happy. That's what it's all about. And I get that, Joel. But all right, regardless of all that, vanity plays a role in some of this, and we're going to get into it. But right now, my question to you is, when you purchase a fragrance, and maybe not you, Joel, because you be all over the place. You don't care if the longest juice is good. And there are some that are. If it's 0% because you prefer the juice, then say so. But for those that weigh pieces of the fragrance as far as why you would spend or why you would purchase it in the first place, what percentage? We got Stogie P in here that says 5% of his purchase power is based on the bottle design or the presentation. All right. The Rock said 40%. All right. A little honesty there. All right. And not to say Stokey wasn't honest. Hey, some people it's like that. I would bet money that Joel's is close to that as well. You know, what's going on? Bear Center of the day is Blue Sapphire and Allure Home Sport. Actually seems intriguing. Might have to try that out. I do have a decant of Allure Home Sport. Yeah, might have to. Senate Paradise. I hit you up, man. I think I hit you. No, I didn't hit you up, but I think I hit you up to see how you were doing. But what's going on, my guy? Yeah, I have to try that combo out. My guy Dutch said, bottle isn't a high factor. However, I'm more likely not to buy a bottle if it's poorly crafted. All right. And my guy Frankie J says, bottle doesn't matter to you. All right. Juice good. You're good. All right. And that's a bet. All right. So we got 5%. We got 40%. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Safe? What's good, baby? Let me say this, man. Hey, look. I definitely put more weight in the juice, but I do lean closer to my guy, Rockboy T, man. I lean closer to him that maybe not at 40%, but I'm gonna tell you this: if the bottle don't look good, if it's an ugly bottle, I'm not buying it. Juice could be good and everything. I'll get a decant. If it's an ugly bottle, there are a lot of times, maybe not so much now, but before it was like, if the bottle don't look good, I'm not even interested. I don't even want to smell it. And I know that's kind of, but you know, in doing that, you know, there is a sense of vanity. All right. There's a sense of vain. All right. And with that being said, man, you know, I think a lot of times I missed a blessing. There are some fragrances that I came back around that I came back around to that I dismissed because the bottle was ugly, or maybe one of the other bottles I was just like, I'm just not going to mess with it. And I come back to it, either got a decant or someone sent me something, or maybe I got to a store and smelt it. I was like, yo, this juice is actually good. I think I hurt myself in missing out on a few things. And, you know, I just wanted to talk about that. When we get up here as a reviewer, you know, we like to have a background presentation, right? We like to have something for y'all to see, right? And, you know, although the bottles are never ugly that we purchase for us, you know, sometimes we get certain feedback and whatnot. People be like, yeah, you know, hey, what's that ugly bottle behind you? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I've been on TikTok and I've heard some people call bottles ugly and whatnot. Hey, and I've heard. I looked up a little bit later and that bottle was gone. That bottle was no longer on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll be wondering, in this community, how vain do you think we are? Individually, reviewers, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, what aesthetics do y'all like to see in your reviewer's background more than anything? Because, you know, we got people like my guy EQ, you know what I'm saying, who likes the Bodicea background. You know, he likes those high dollar. He likes for you to see those purchases behind them, right? Got my guy Jason Vircher. Shout out to the Simp Father. One leg of that tripod of sips and sniffs, you know. And he loves certain presentations, you know what I'm saying? Those Profesano bottles, the Bodicea bottles, you know what I'm saying? If it shines and it comes with a velvet inside, hey, it's right up my guy's alley. All right. But I wonder, what is it? Y'all, do me a favor. What companies, type this in the chat because I'm curious about this. What companies actually have some of the best presentations? You can give me 1, 2, or 3. Let me know. What companies do you think have the best presentations out there? While you're doing that, let me go ahead and get to some of these comments, man. Joel say you're right if the juice is good, but some bottles are works of art. True, 50% for you. All right. I also like being beautiful bottles. All right. You like seeing beautiful bottles. My fault. Yes. My guy Kev said, hey, a good bottle presentation may be more eye-catching when browsing for a purchase. Yes, indeed. Especially when you're going to the brick and mortars, definitely want to go to the side that looks good. You know, SP said, been good. All right, just testing out some new frags. Bet. Twizy said 15 to 20%. but also based on price, because I can't spend $500 on it. There we go. And we were going to hit that combination because it definitely depends on the price for that bottle, for sure. I mean, there are some clones that I'd be like, okay, if they a price at 100, I'll buy it for the juice and the fragrance quality. But then there are some where I'm like, the juice is good, but that bottle is horrendous. Horrendous. Push that one over there. You know what I'm saying? Put that bottle over there to the side. My guy Safe said the juice is the main factor, but you do love a group. I'm telling you, man, it's just so appealing, especially for the reviewers. You already know what the deal is, all right? Joe said, I lesser care about the presentation, but bottle is another story. All right. David said bottle does help to reflect the quality of the juice, but as we know, that's not always the case. Indeed. Stogie said, I'm used to classic bottles anyway. The only ugly bottles out there are Middle Eastern, which you don't buy. Okay, all right, boom, there we go. HBK said Vanities are huge in this space. Some of these content creators have revenge of the nerds. I was asking for that, man. I was just talking about the fact that about the presentation, what we present. You know what I'm saying? Like, but sure. SP said, I like the bottles for a presentation goes, depending on the brand. However, the juice is an important factor too. Yeah, I mean, the juice is always the main thing, right? It's always the biggest part. But, those bottles matter. And yeah, and see, let me go ahead and get to my boy Dan. All right, Dan Siaj. He seems to think that I hate Zaharoff. All right, y'all, I do not hate Zaharoff. Let me go ahead and put in my 1 minute of shouting out George Zaharoff and the company of Zaharoff. All right, let me go ahead and take my 1 minute. All right, I absolutely love a lot of George's designs. Whether you're talking about the glass paintings or where it's actually painted on there, all right, or whether or not you're talking about where he gives you a full shield, all right, a full covering of it. Unfortunately, I sold the ones that have the big covers on it. But look, I love George's designs. Seriously. Now, I don't like that last one. That box with him, with his face on it and everything, him as the jester or whatnot. I don't know what the hell that was. But that right there, no. I wasn't feeling that one. The last one that he came out with, or the one that he's coming out with, I did not like that design. But I do give credit to George for coming out with great bottle designs, all right? The Halfetti Black Rose, hell, I bought the big bottle because I wanted that plate. Plate was beautiful. And I'm thinking that's a good part of the reason I like the juice, but I love the presentation. I would hold those up there. That's part of the reason why EQ has them in his background. He can disagree all he wants to, but I don't give a damn, all right? I'm going to tell you the truth. Hey, I will put that behind me because they look like trophies. Even if I barely wear the juice, they look like trophies, all right? But this here looks like trophies, all right? But truth be told, Zaharoff has some great bottle designs. I love the artwork. I mean, it's up there top 5 along with Argos. You know what I'm saying? It's just the juice sometimes don't match the artwork. That's just what it is. But shout out to George for coming up with some great fragrances, and shout out to George for coming up with some great artwork and emphasis on the SOME of the phrase. All right. SP said, I like the bottles as presentation goes, depending on the brand. However, the juice is an important factor. You're right. For example, Argos bottle is Xerjoff. Right. Love Xerjoff. That's right. All right. Let me get down here, Matt. The procurer said, evening everyone, set of the day is Yaman Lal, Dubai chocolate layered with vanilla seduction. All right. See, you've been taking some cues from Walt, baby. Those are 2 of his more mentioned, well, not the Dubai chocolate, but definitely one of his favorite fragrances, vanilla seduction. Got to get my nose on it still. Good God. Stogie P said one of his favorites is Xerjoff. I agree. Rockboy T said Argos and Mind Games. I do like Mind Games presentation. All right. I do like their presentation. Very slick, modern look to it. If you put it on the shelf behind you, it just looks good. SB, Simple said Xerjoff for sure. All right. That's I love how Dee puts the notes and picture on the bottles. Yes, I do too. She does have a good presentation. I do like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't really feel the cartoonic look to it, but me personally, I think it looks good. I wouldn't necessarily put it next to certain things. I would put it on display for certain things, but I love it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? My guy, Rock Boy said Roja as well. Okay. Safe said Electimus, Unique and Luxury, and Zerjov, just to name a few. Good. I agree with those, man. They have beautiful presentations. All right. So now a mixture of Zerjov and this hideous Prada sit on my arm. I'm going to have to scrub it. All right. SB said Bottega Veneta. Yes, I have seen some of those older style bottles. And some of the newer ones look good. I agree. I agree. Dutch said Merchant of Venice. Man, I'm telling you. And I've got to get back into the house. I've only smelt a couple of decants from this brand, but I got to get back into them because they have really good fragrances. Boy, do they have some good fragrances. My boy Kroon put me onto them a couple of years ago. I should have bought one back then, but you know what? We're going to make up for lost time soon enough, all right? All right. Hey, Twizzy said, I believe Argos packaging is elite. Yes, and part of the brand. All right. All right. Here we go. HBK said, my bad. Multitasking. Oh, you good, man. You good. You prefer the classic look bottles. And let me say that, I know that a lot of people like the bottles and the presentation based on their particular style, and that's always a good thing. I buy more so for the juice, but you know what? I am one that I do like that classic modern look, all right, such as Day 3, all right, whether you got the new 50 mils, the more recent style, all right, or whether you go with the old school cube bottle style. Let me get that in there. You see it, the Del Mar. Oh, maybe I need to turn this down. All right, let me, there we go. The Del Mar right there, all right? But I also like this one right here. Now, disregard the little oil stain, the little fragrance leak stain. Savoir Faire, how sleek it is, all right? And plenty of other ones from my rendition line, Genre Parfums. It's a lot of them out there that have a nice simple body, a nice simple style to them, and they go everywhere with anyone. They look good. But you say you do like them on the shelving for such as Dolce, all right, Yomalau, Zaharoff, some nice ones. Okay, I agree. I got you. I can definitely say that. My guy Dan, he said, "Oh, the Oracle. Yeah, that's the one. Boy, that picture of George on there, that right there would prevent me from buying that ever. Okay, I'm sorry. It's too comical, man. It's too comical, bro." Argos got fire presentation. Yeah, no, Sid spoke to you. I get that. I get that. It's not for everybody, but I do like simplicity, but I love the artwork. That artwork is immaculate. The attention to detail and the design. Yeah. Gotta love it. All right. Zaharoff does have some nice place on it. Black Rose Alfetti plate is nice and pass on. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I passed on that. It's a lot of people that are going to pass on that just for the box. But it is what it is. But hey, shout out to them. Good luck on that one. Procura said, yeah, Argos and Zaharoff bottles are goated. Right. All right. Yeah, of course, Ralph. We already know. We know. SP said Mind Games too. Gallagher fragrance bottles look cool. Yes, they do. And they go on a shelf when you buy more of them. They definitely look good. But yeah, just to say something, man. Yeah, see a bunch of people in here. There's some indie niche houses that have some garbage presentations, but the scents are elite. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. And HBK, definitely. I got a few decants and samples from this house. Bortnikov, I found some good price on them. Definitely going to be into that. And of course, Kev, who could forget? Who in their right mind could forget the beautiful, wonderful Kajal presentation? Now, this was a recent purchase. I have had it for a little while, but I really haven't gotten it and put it out on shelf. But this right here is that icon, y'all. Look at the presentation, the attention to detail, The design almost looks like calligraphy for the Middle Eastern. You got the The cap with the notches in it, bro. So beautiful, so elite. Yes, Kajal is one of them ones. Indeed, you know, you want one with a beautiful design. Kajal never lets you down. That is a fact. Good look, Kev. Good looking out. Yes, sir. Floreku. Yes, Dutch. There's plenty, man. I won't lie to you. There's plenty. But when we talk about them, and when reviewers hoist them up or post them up in their background, y'all got to know, like, even with mine, I'll be honest with y'all, I had to get out of it. I had to sell some that I was just like, okay, the bottle looks good. It's okay. But then I go back and I smell the juice and I swear it on skin. I'm just like, it's not going to get warm. So I have to sell it. Right now, I have curated fragrances that I, in particular, love to smell. All right. And it was one of those things where I looked on there and it was like, oh, you've got a lot of fragrances. Some of the bottles look good, but they're so different. But when I tune into people's review channels and whatnot, man, hey, I'm amazed. I'm impressed by how they have things set up behind them. And it's always a good thing. It's never a knock. This is not a knock. But you have to wonder, are these fragrances behind them because they love them, or are these fragrances behind them because they know that you love the way they look? And I ask myself that because, man, it's been a while since I've gone back and watched Gent Scents and Chaos Fragrances and any of their reviews. But, I went back with one of my dudes that was one of my young dudes just getting into fragrances, and I just happened to watch him, and I looked on there and I saw an old video for Chaos. And, I know he always talks about designers, maybe some cheapies and whatnot here and there, and a couple of big name niche. And but I look at the back and I'm like, forget the Valentino. What the hell is that bottle behind you on that top second to top shelf? What is that bottle? And I just wonder, you never talked about, is that something you wear? Is it something that you bought? Is it for us, the viewers, or what? And I always wondered why they would do that, or why people have certain things behind them and they never talk about them, man. It's just one of those things, man. And, and me talking about it, whatnot, I realized there's a little bit of vanity in here. And one of the things I determined was I was looking it up. Of course, your boy did some research, but I also, happened to talk to Chat GPT, or should I say Google Gemini. And, I asked it about Vanity and Fragcomm, right? And one of the things that it first talked about was the scent identity and the idealized self. All right. Now, it talks about the fact that fragrance is often, as invisible clothing. All right. Vanity plays a role when a collector buys a perfume, not because they love the smell, but because they want to project a specific image, wealthy, mysterious, or intellectually superior. And I thought about that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to reference it to, what are our favorite reviewers trying to tell us with their backgrounds in the bottles? Now, this is not a knock. I don't know anybody in particular who's of this cloth of mentality, but sometimes you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. Is this them putting off a persona of who they are? And the reason why I thought about that was because, y'all, about a year ago, probably before I got this setup and everything, I was wondering, what does my collection say about me? And I encourage people to think about that as you're collecting fragrances. As you buy them, sometimes smelling good or you enjoying the smell just isn't always enough. What's going on, Jason, man? And get out of here with that diesel crap. Anyway, sometimes you have to sit back and ask yourself, What does your collection say about you? What does it say? What does it speak to you or to your persona? What does it tell other people about who you are? And I mean that from both a reviewer standpoint and from a standpoint of just a regular connoisseur. You know, who is it for? Jim's like, ah, but yeah, man, no, I had to wonder, right? Because there are some people like me, I have my favorite notes. I buy stuff of favorite notes and blends, right? And you'll know what I like because you know the notes that I like. But sometimes you wonder, what does my fragrance collection say about me? And there was a time when I was buying Bodicci because hey, that was a hot topic. Everybody loves some flags. Everybody loves those frags, those bottles and whatnot. But man, I'm telling you, at some point, I had to realize, you know what? I like the juice, but it doesn't really resonate with me. I think when I look down here, how many of these bottles, when I look around, do I truly like, and how many of them am I collecting because I like the brand or I like what the brand stands for, and not necessarily how the juice stands for me. You know, so I had to consider that. All right. One of the other ones, like it says on here, the number two that it gave me was the aesthetics of the shelfie. Now that had me cracking up. All right, the shelfie. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You already know what they mean by that. It says, hey, in the digital age, perfume vanity is highly visual. All right. The physical bottles are often designed as pieces of art. And that indeed they are. We always regard it as artistry. You know what I'm saying? Artisanal value, you know? But they say, hey, there is a display culture here nowadays, all right? And in that display culture, many collectors, whether they're reviewers or just simple, how do you say, connoisseurs, all right? All right. There are many collectors that prioritize the look of their vanity or perfume shelf over the actual juice. The shelf, the vanity here is literal. All right. The pride taken in displaying gold capped bottles and intricate glasswork to others, often on social media to validate one's collection, is a symbol of luxury. And you have to think about it. How many of us prefer to get the ones with the gold cap bottles that have a certain brand name on them because it says, hey, he's that man. He's got money. You know what I'm saying? How many of us prefer that? How many of us prefer that over just simple good juice in a bottle? My guy Jason says, Spirit of Dubai presentation is elite. Indeed. I like majority of their bottles. Excuse me, majority of their bottles are good. Does say collection says different things depending on who's looking. True. A rookie, a hype beast, and a fragrance enthusiast can look at the same collection and have three different opinions. True. Jason, of course, with the Christian Profesano collection, has a top tier presentation. And Jason, you got to tell me, why is it considered top tier? Because, like Dutch said, to me, it really is about who's looking. But the people that put it on shelf, the people that present it, whether it be on IG, TikTok, or on YouTube, they know who their audience is. Are they playing not to their own vanity, but to the viewer's vanity, or how they see your vanity? Are we playing to the appearance, or are we trying to truly play to the viewer's preference in perfume? You got to ask. Those green bottles are nice. Those Profusanos, I wasn't being funny. They are nice. Truly nice. But that cheap cardboard box that they come in, boy, that box is a throwaway just like the Thanas and everything else. All right. Tweezy said, that's why I weekly get my nose on my collection to see if I'm still in love. Actually, I have one I'm not that in love with. All right. Like I thought day three midnight raspberry, I don't want it anymore. And I get that, you know. I definitely get that. I definitely get that. I've heard that from a couple of people. It to me is still one of my favorite date night fragrances because I love the way that cacao smelling oud hits in there with the raspberry. It's not a bright raspberry. It's not an overly sweet, but it is noticeable. I like the way it's blended. So I get it, but definitely understand why you don't want it anymore. All right. Jay said those two bottles over your shoulder, take them shits down. Never. All right. He don't own none of that. He was lying. Straight up lying. So we ain't worried about it. All right. That says some people have all them bottles to try and convince viewers they have this super high fragrance knowledge. That is true too. That is true too. Because some people actually believe that, hey, if he's got Boudicca behind him, then he's got to have a great nose, which could be true. But we know it's not always true, you know? It's not always true. You know, there are some people that love smelling good and they think that it smells good, but you know, you ask them anything about fragrance, and you know, Boudicca or whoever might be all they know. And that's cool, but yeah, you know, to each his own. But one could count that, strike that up as a little bit of vanity, you know what I'm saying? And not vain in how they see themselves, but a little vanity in how they believe other people see them, you know? My guy Bo said actually moved all your money frags out of frame this weekend. All right. Hey, I get it, man. Hey, some people do that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm gonna start. I got a little setup going where I'm gonna be on the couch doing some things, doing some community conversation. And yeah, I'm gonna keep my background from being behind me. I definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? Take it back to the old school where we all started out in front of a bed, on the couch, whatever, right? My guy Chrome, good evening, everyone. Send of the day is LV Symphony. Did magic in the cold weather. Nice. That's good to hear, baby. Because I know a lot of people that be hating on it, be questioning his strength in the cold. So Snuggy P said for most people, their audience for the fragrance collection, is them and their family. Now, reviewers are something different. You want your collection to look nice behind you. True. But you don't want it to just look nice behind you. Those that are truly reviewing and know what they're doing, especially when they're trying to get into the algorithm and whatnot, they want it to say something even before they say anything. And I get it. It's smart. It's smart. It alone will gain interest just off of a few seconds of, oh, I wonder if he's going to talk about Thana. You know what I'm saying? Or I wonder if he's going to talk about that midnight raspberry, whatever. You know, I get it. What up, Jules? Was good? Good evening. All right. Just it's like when people wear certain lines of Louis Vuitton just because it's Louis. Yeah, but the outfit be trash. Yeah, the outfits do be trash sometimes, but hey, they be smelling good though. You know, they smell good though. But yeah, man, no. But you know, like a little Chat GPT said, you know, the display culture is real. You know, the vanity is there. You know, and sometimes vanity. You know, I know at an early age we always thought vanity was how we saw ourselves. You know, what was that song? You're so vain. You probably think this video's about you. So remember this, y'all. If you ever hear in the next couple of weeks, if you hear anybody talking about Vanity and Fragcomm and how people are talking about or hating on the bottles behind them, just know a hit dog hollers in, hey, as you see them respond to this, whether it be on IG or whatnot, just remember this song, all right? You're so vain. You probably think this video's about you. You're so vain. I'm not going to sing the rest of it. You have to pay for that. But anyway, yeah, man. Hey, interest. Bo said, Rafi Delon, all right, Basclef, latest video on performative collectors had me thinking. Now you got me thinking, Bo. Now you got me thinking. Performative collectors. You have to get oh, no, play, baby. Let's see here. Perform. Performative collectors. All right. All right. I see you. I see who you're talking about too. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out, man. Hey, my boy Twizy said, what are 3 to 5 fragrances you can't live without? I go ahead and answer that. Man, 3 to 5 fragrances I can't live without. Number one is going to be Plum Japonais. Shout out to my guy Dutch. All right. Not Dutch, the Bible thumper, but Uncle Dutch. All right. My second one at this time would definitely be, damn. You know, my preference shift every time, boy. That is crazy work. Crazy. Okay. My number 2 is going to be Xerjoff Tony Iommi Monkey Special. Eesh. My third is going to have to be Fève Deliciose by Christian Dior Privé line. Probably say my fourth would be, yeah, it would have to be Killian. No, not Killian. I'm tripping. I already said 4. Oh, 4 would be Ombre Nuit. My bad. Amber, Slight Spice, Rose. Can't do better than that. And if I chose a fifth, if I had to choose a fifth, in which I would, Alexandria 2. Now, that's not in any order. That's just 5 of them, all right? Alexandria 2. Period. If I had a couple of honorable mentions, I would definitely go with Udin from Xerjoff. Love that citrus coffee note. And you know what? Just off the top of my head right now, I'll probably say Beau Noir from Savoir Faire by Chris Classy. All right, definitely have to say that, man, for sure. That girl said, "Jesus, I thought I couldn't sing." Hey, and you still might not be able to, so deal with it. All right. But that said, but vanity does exist in almost every genre or community. True, it's going to stem from various personal reasons from previous situations, just characteristics. Thank you, Chat Dutch, Chat GP Dutch. All right, we appreciate that for. The procurer said my shelves are pretty uniform. I've grouped a lot of fragrances by brand and design. My wife, on the other hand, color coordinated her shelving, and it triggers me. Flankers should be grouped. I get that, man. I definitely get it. What up, T Rizzy, man? What's going on, man? What's good, baby? Jibs, what up, though? No sit of the day today. Been chilling after wearing Forbidden Temptation and Bodacious last night. Speaking of, let's get to it, man. That was going to be another conversation that we had. Let me go ahead and sidestep from the vanity discussion. Let's talk about it, all right? Y'all, hey, real quick, put in the chat what your sin of the days were yesterday. We are only about 21 hours removed from Valentine's Day. You know, I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I hope you were smelling delicious for those who were hoping to get eaten off of the bone last night. I know I was. All right. But let your boy know, what were you wearing, y'all? What was your sin of the day for Valentine's Day? I'm going to go ahead and give you mine. And I'm going to talk about one of the fragrances that my lady of the night, and you know what I mean by that, my lady, all right, matching pajama pants, that she truly enjoyed, and it was a surprise to me and several others that I told. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. Forbidden Temptation and Bodacious lesson. Boy, I know you were smelling good. Boy, stop. You know what I'm saying? Procure said he'll be honest, though a lot of his fragrances on his shelves never get reached for. Yeah, I have a monthly trade that I rotate fragrances too. That's what I'm going to have to start doing, man, for real. That boy said, don't ever mention Alexandria 2 in a matter of fact tone, sir. Ever. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. About to watch on TV on the phone with my people already, baby. No worries, man. All right. Joe said, he said his are from Seasons and Greater Projection. All right. All right. All right. Let me see here. Joel said yesterday his sin of the day was Welton London Mystique Myrrh. All right, a little myrrh, a little spiciness. All right, who was you over there trying to get spicy for, Joel? Let us know, man. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? You was over there trying to spice things up with our girl Shim. Don't tell me you over there trying to cheat on her. Come on now. Come on now. My boy Dutch said plum japonais yesterday. Dutch. Who was the special lady, Dutch? We know we don't ask you this often, but you got to give us some info, man. What was going on? What'd y'all do? Twizy said Chocolate Bay from Nazar Fragrances. All right, you know. Was it raining in your town too? Was it a mid type of day when you wore that? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Chocolate Bay. I haven't actually gotten a chance to smell Chocolate Bay, so I'm just low key just joking, man. I don't know, but that's what's up, man. Hey, smelling like you wanted to get 8. I got you. I got you. Chocolate Bay for your supposed chocolate date. I got you. Bo said Madagascar by La Bombe Vanille. All right, nice, nice. How'd she like it, Bo? How'd he or she like it? Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. How'd your date enjoy it? You know what I mean? Sin of Paradise said, sin of the day yesterday was LV Imagination layered with Rosassi Hawa's Verde. All right, a little green tea, a little green citrusy tea. I got you. Smell good. By the way, I have a confession. Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman grew on you. I knew it would. I knew it would. Because it's good. All right. SB said Valentine's Day scent was Portrait of a Lady. Portrait of a Lady. That's Shanae, boy. That's what I'm going to start calling that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my new nickname for Portrait of a Lady by my guy, Dominic Roffion. All right. That Frederick Mall beauty. All right. That's that Shanae. Oh, yeah. Bodacious Boudicca, the victorious war for V-Day. Yes, Percy. All right. Yes, sir. Valentine's Day is a scam. Indeed, it is. If you spend too much money. That's why you got to keep it within a certain amount, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like a more highlighted day of how you always treat your wife, significant other, or how you usually, or stepping up a day of your booty call. You know what I'm saying? A day to give your booty call the girlfriend treatment. But not too much treatment. All right. Yeah. That boy Kroom said, debating, should he get another Rose Frag or Woody Everyday Driver? I can't beat a Rose Frag, you know what I'm saying? But everyday drivers that are wood-based are good as well. Joe said, nope, Shim always be your internet girlfriend. All right. Indeed. Crazy work. All right. My guy said, get a 4-cent Kroom. All right. And Joe said, y'all real obsessed with getting 8, huh? Joe, get over it. All right. Now, what was you wearing yesterday when you was over there trying to get 8 by whatever date you had? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want to get 8 by their date? You know what I'm saying? What was you wearing, Jules? All right. We know you out there over there, KC, trying to get 8. Trying to, baby, let me love you down. Yeah, that was bad. My bad. Yeah, let me stop. But anyway, my boy Duck Tweezy, all right, went with Roja Lost in Paris. Nice. All right, Bo said wife was loving our day off together. She wore Isola Soul. All right, that got for V-Day. Great day. Yes, sir. All right, let me see here. SP say couldn't wear what I wanted to wear last night. My homegirl had to work a double. I would have worn Rui Lopez. Nice little cherry fragrance by Mind Games. All right, nice. Facts. Dame, you shut your goofy self up. He always the one over here. My God, does numbers. That's the bootleg DMX of the community. I love him. That's my little brother. But boy, you need not agree with anything that Jules say. Because usually when she's talking about that, she's referring to your butt too. Get out of here. What up? Overspraying overpaying for the same box you got last week for the free 99 is insane. Yo. Unfortunately, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is a freaking fact. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We hear you. All right. Well, we don't believe you. You need more people. All right. HBK said, I wanted to wear decadence yesterday. All right. Ended up getting too warm for that ish. All right. Ended up wearing majestic. All right. So the day was Jacil Amsterdam Intense. Nice. Okay. Nice. Go ahead and get your laughs in. Yeah, we laughing because we don't believe it. It is what it is. But yeah, man. But hey, let me tell you something. All right. So yesterday, of course, I started my Saturday off like I usually do when I'm off from work and when I don't have to go in. And of course, I had to wear something citric because your boy had to train girls basketball team. Okay. All right. So from the house of Rasasi, your boy was over there pulling off court moves and whatnot, and that Rayhan, all right, the Rayhan, dang, what was the name of this? Aquasum. Aquasum. Anyway, it is a rendition of Silver Mountain Water. And boy, is it good. All right. Lasted the whole practice. Didn't really get a sweat in because, as you know, when you train kids, you show them the moves, you don't keep doing it. All right. You let them sweat, you chill. All right. But Aquatica, that's what it is. My bad. Yeah, Rayhan. I said Rasasi? I'm tripping. Rayhan Aquatica, y'all. This is good, man. This is good. Heavy citric opening, lime, sweet coconut, milky coconut on that. On top of that, it was good, man. But of course, after that, had to take the other half out on a dinner date. And I had to take a shower, get dressed up. Your boy decided to go ahead and spray himself with that Zerjoff Tony Iommi Monkey Special. Love this passion fruit, spicy passion fruit, sweet opening. Love it. Love it to death. That's why it's one of my top 5. One of the ones I just can't do without right now. Wore it, got one compliment, all right. And my girl, she said it smelled good, but the thing about it was, y'all, yeah. I was testing out, shout out to my boy Fragrance Plug Mo, who got me a decant of this new cheapie from the House of Afnan. It was a 9 p.m. date night. She said she wasn't the compliment, but she said that she liked the smell of the Zerjoff. It was good. But when I let her smell the 9 p.m. date night, she said she preferred it more, or she preferred it over the Zerjoff. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Would I still choose Tony Iommi Monkey Special over date night? Bet your ass I would. All right, you bet your ass I would in a heartbeat. Okay, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. That recent release from 9 p.m. Let me see if I can pull it up. It is damn good, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me see. Oh, there it is. 9 p.m. night out. I said date night. It's definitely a date night wear, but it's night out. All right. Go ahead and pull this up, man. This is ridiculous. All right. Now, this on hand was so good, it had me coming back to it all night long. And, I had the Zerjoff on. Of course, we went out to eat. So, of course, we went out to PF Chang's. All right. Let me see here. Let me get there. There we go. Nope. We want something bigger. There we go. So for those that can see on this one, you got the night out. All right. Nice bottle design. Stays on point with the shape and whatnot of the original 9 p.m.s. All right, but the thing, it's got a nice little matted concrete style coloring to it. It's definitely night. As y'all can see, they actually have some up and coming perfumers here. Imran Fazlani, all right. Seen him in a couple of other ones, and Quentin Roussel, all right. But they put this thing together, y'all. On skin, this is nice. This was so good that after our night out, after we went and ate at PF Chang's, and then we went and did a little putt putty, all right, indoor, because it was raining down here. Y'all, which was only fitting. And that night out is good. It's good. It's damn good, y'all. Now, I don't know what Aya is, all right? Never had it, never smelt it, never tasted it, all right? But there is a booziness in here. There is a roughness of suede as opposed to, not so much leather and whatnot. Y'all, this is beautifully blended. I don't care what nobody says. I love it. I'm going to get a bottle of it, a full bottle at that. It does have a boozy quality to it. Some sweetness, of course, a little soft nature and sweetness from the tonka bean, a little earthiness with the little dry down when you start to pick up the earthy and woody notes. But y'all, it's good. And at the same time, it's not so heavy. Sometimes you see cognac, you see some of this stuff, suede and whatnot. You would imagine it would be heavy, but because of that amber fix and the nature of this, it is very aromatic. It is good as hell, y'all. It is good as hell. No lies. Jill said, I'm confused. I thought you said Versace. No, I think I said Versace, but I meant Rayhan. My fault. All right, that said, hopefully the box wasn't a Jordan off the pick and roll fadeaway. It might have been a little bit, but it was good. All right, let me see here. Yeah, I messed that up. Here's the funny thing, Jason. They say that Stronger With You for women is very close to the Stronger With You version for men. So, if you like that one, then the Powerfully for men is very close. Very close. David said, I think it's a clone of Virgin Island Water from Creed. Indeed. And it's a good clone. Very good clone. Purple Valentino is good. I told you about it. I just need to give me a decant so I can get my nose on it again, man. I only got a spray. No decant, unfortunately. Kicks, what's going on, my guy? Late to the party as always. It's all right. You right on time, baby. But no, I'm telling y'all like this, all right? Some of these mid-tier and up-and-coming niche brands, they need to be on alert. They need to be looking out. These Middle Eastern brands are not playing. They are taking this industry as pure competition. They are not playing. All right. They see the competition like the 91 All-Star game, or even better yet, what was it, the 97, 98 All-Star game when Jordan was still in there. But I think all the way up until what? I think it started losing its mystique at what, 2010, 2011? But y'all, they're not playing. They see y'all as competition. And they're not stopping. They're coming for you. Now, I can't speak to the higher-ups because Xerjoff and certain other brands, they're always going to keep their creativity at a high level. They're always going to try and distinguish themselves from every bottle. But and certain brands on their level. But as far as some of these other niche brands, I don't want to call out names, but y'all better step it up because I tell you what, technically, Afnan and the rest of these companies are niche. And technically, they are your competition, whether you acknowledge them or not. And they are doing damn good work. And this 9 p.m. night out is testimony, is one of the testimonies to that. Not to mention from what I've heard about the Muslim Intense, another testament story. All right. Y'all better pick the shit up. Y'all better do so. Because the other thing is that, hey, there are going to be a lot of people that try and relate this. But from what I've heard and from what I smelled, I hadn't smelled anything like it. I have not smelled anything like it. This, as far as I know, is an original concoction. And with that being said, beware. Kick said folks be popping up. Yeah, man. Jay said the new wide freeze joint is Bill Cartwright from the 3-point line, and it's meant to be. It is meant to be. It is not for us, Jason. But I know it's good. I know it is a mass appeal, everyday wear. It's going to get you compliments. It's going to be something that you can wear in the office without offending someone. It's going to be good for what they're looking for. Trust. Everything can't be on niche level, and everything ain't for niche purchasers. And I know you know that, but it's just have to put it out there because mid is still great. Mid to me, hell, there are some 8s that are mid. People might not understand that, but 8 to me for a designer, hell, there are some 9s that are designers. They're still mid because they're 9 on the designer level, but if I were to hold them against niche, it would easily be a 7. Easily. As great as they are for a designer, easy 7 in niche. So yeah, Monkey Special is greater than 9 p.m. noon, 7:55. True, but that night out, I don't know. My girl would say otherwise, man. My girl would say what otherwise. Stoggy say evening, noon, like yeah, man, this guy. The Procura said, man, I wore that Forbidden Temptation after moisturizing with that Jay Chantel's Plum and Tobacco. I could have been a walker this morning from the TV show. Hey, does work, baby. Does work. My boy 12 said, happy side chick Valentine's Sunday. You already know, baby. Let me get down here, man. Hold on. What we got right here? What? Oh, Count Dracula. Our boy Dutch said Cartwright from the 3 is an automatic change of possession. Only if you don't see that flip of the wrist. Look at this. The side chicks get better gifts. What you know about that, Jason? Let us know. Tell us something. Half court violation of 5 second. I ain't listening to these dudes, man. Oh, let me get back down here, bro. But yeah, man. Hey, look. Gotta wear it, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. That night out is something special. It is. It's good. At 9 p.m., hey. At 9 p.m., this is definitely a week later because this is not the same 9 p.m. that we're used to. This is not the original 9 p.m. This is better than the other 9 p.m.s. This right here is a 9 p.m. night that's more memorable than the others. This is the 9 p.m. when you were 21, you left college. No, you didn't leave college. You're in college. This is 9 p.m. You're 21 and you go to the club during the summer on summer break from college. It's 9 p.m. You're waiting in line. Let's take it back to my days to Club Blue. This is 9 p.m. for that. This is a fresh new start. You can drink at the club now. Now it's 9 p.m. and you can turn down the little 18-year-olds, the little 19-year-olds. Now you're not in my league. You're too young for me. This is different. And a lot of these fragrances are changing the way I see and many others are looking at the clone brands, or should we say the Middle Eastern brands. All right. At Middle Eastern, we talk about the renditions. Okay. They are trying to set themselves aside to be more represented in the same situation as your Arabian ouds and whatnot. They're trying. They're working hard to get up there. Now, will they ever? Not unless they change those bottle displays, but juice-wise, they're doing a damn good job heading in that direction. I'm going to say that. Jay said, whoever said powerfully is close to the woman's obviously hasn't smelt it. They smell nothing alike. I don't know. Is powerfully the one with the rose note? I'm not said the rose. With the cherry note, is that the powerfully one? Or is it the other one? No, it is powerfully. They did say that it smelled close to it. I haven't got my nose on it yet. When I do, please believe you'll know. All right. Does say Afghan guy, hoodies and bonnets. Yeah, trust me, they're not official. Whatever street corner you getting them from, tell them to put them back with your bean pie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's got to be the Muslim brother over there on the corner of New York. Lisa said they aren't close to me, but both are nice. Okay. I want to get my nose on them for sure anyway. They said that's what I read. Hey, how old is my nephew? Oh wait, hold on. My bad. HBK said my nephew just asked me for that new wife for his birthday. He said, how old is your nephew? That is a good question. You know what I'm saying? Turning 16? Yeah, okay. Hey, you got it. It ain't good. Ain't bad. Honestly, either that or that YSL YEDP. I mean, YSL is good for the teenagers and the college kids. Mass appealing great. It's going to get you compliments. Women are going to flock to it. Young ladies that are interested in you are going to flock to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact. It brings in the compliments. It brings in the girls if you're that guy. They'll say YSL really ruined why trying to make a mint fragrance. I got to get my nose on it. Got to get my nose on it. You say you like the YEDP and the YEDP or the Y Intense better? Makes sense. SP said, Night Out is nice. I have it. Like it better than all the other flakers. Okay. Anyway, Senanaya's Roja 1819 Burlington. All right. Nice. Club Blue sound like like it had the young alley cats in there with stab wounds. Nah, man. Trust me. The stab wounds were not there. But it did have them young alley cats. Trust me. Well, you say Peaches had Club Blue on lock. Who the hell is Peaches? Now I'm talking about an actual club. I ain't talking about no strip club. Get out of here. Oh man, yeah, man. Look, it's good. Night Out, get your nose on it if you haven't already. Look, it's times like this. I wish I had me a little code because I definitely put it in there and tell people to come to it. You know what I'm saying? Come on over. You know what I mean? Come on over here. Click this link. Go get it because it is good. You know, maybe I need to open up my TikTok shop or something. I don't know. You know, you have to be on there more than I am in order to sell stuff. But we'll see. But it's good, man. It is definitely good. It is definitely one you want to get your nose on. For all my people that just want to smell good, check it out. 9 p.m. date night. Day, check it out. Don't use someone else's nose. Go ahead and get your nose on it, brother. Because we know how you do. Yeah, man. But yeah, bro. Hey, so that was definite, you know what I'm saying? That was the sense of the day, all right, of Valentine's Day. You know, started off with the Rayhan Aquatica, progressed to the Xerjoff Monkey Iomi Special, and of course, ended with that 9 p.m. Night Out. All right. Now, yo, trying to do something a little different. You know what I mean? Your boy, for those who have been following me and whatnot, you know, I got this not too long ago. I did a review over it some months ago, sometime midway through last year. I want to say I got this from a sample from Mr. Clark. Shout out to him for sending it out. And man, look, I'm ready to wear this to work. I can't find my decant. I was pissed about it. I just remembered that I loved it. And you know what? Want to do a little something? Yeah, man. Want to do a little something for one of the new parts that I'm going to have on here. And y'all, that is going to be the breakdown. Real talk. So typically on the show, especially on Saturdays and Sundays, when I get up here and I go live, I'm going to, for sure, be taking one of the fragrances that I either recently wore or recently purchased. I'm going to break it down on camera, man. So here you go. All right. Got the box. Slide that out. All right. That's what she said. All right. And here it's a little upside down, but you got the Premier Perfumes Kuwait. Nice little solid standard presentation. In here you got this with the card. All right. And underneath, there you go, that bottle. Now, we were talking about bottle whoring and vanity and whatnot. And, you know, this right here is definitely not your most mass appealing bottle, but I like it. You know, very simple in nature, simple in design. I love the little wooden cork like top, not too heavy, but not too light. Definitely slides on. Keep some grip on there. All right. Real simple design, simple labeling. Got the P for Primera, and you see everything else. And yeah, man. But you know, I think I did it before, but rather than send you over there, let's go ahead and talk about it. So hey, here you go, the weekly breakdown. All right. So let's get on skin. All right. Ooh, you see that sprayer on screen. Nice. Let me get a little air on here. Fruity opening. Definitely get, I believe it's a cupcake in there. All right. It's a cupcake note. Something else. You get that gourmand feel. Fruity sweet opening. There is a little bit of a booziness in here. And I say boozy, maybe a liqueur, a note of some type of liqueur, but sweet cupcake, like a vanilla cupcake. You can almost smell the icing on here. Give me a second, man. Give me a second. Let me go in here. These guys, man. SP said I have the new JP Scandal Porom Elixir. All right, let's say you like it. You like it a lot. All right, compared to the other Scandal flankers. Does it for you? All right, bet. It is a great smelling perfume, man. Let me see here. Vanilla. Well, oh, I always do vanilla leather, but it's leather vanilla. I don't know why I always forget this stuff, but let's get to it. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pull it up on screen, break it down a little bit for you. Let's see what we got here. All right. So leather vanilla Premier Perfumes. All right. So on here we got, let me see. I don't know why this never wants to give me the screen I'm looking for. Come on. All right, there we go. All right. Real quick before I address that, the procurer said the problem is you dudes treat the ones that you humping with the same respect you treat the ones that you loving. That ain't about nothing. All right, I got you. Me and my girlfriend, I got you. First time ever hearing this leather vanilla. Oh man, it's good. We're gonna talk about it. All right. So on here, as you can see, it has dry fruits. You're gonna get that in the opening for sure. Now it's a beautiful blend of fruits. Okay. So you're not going to depict anything in particular. As a matter of fact, I really can't make out the black currant or the bergamot right now. It just smells like a beautiful blend of fruits. I do get that cupcake. Obviously get a little, probably the vanilla for the sweetness. Very soft, not too abrasively sweet. I think the amber and tonka bean have something to do with that. Typically, I've seen them together. Tonka bean gives a more powdery nature, but sometimes it can condense some of the sweetness, along with amber too. It can round it out a little bit. Do get a little woodiness in here in the beginning, and it is good, y'all. Now, here's the thing. The one thing that I remember loving about this is that when I sprayed it on during the time that I had the whole conversation with Mr. Mr. Clark. All right, man. Later that night, I got the oud and the tobacco, but when it dries down and you start to pick up those particular notes, a little bit of that leather, to where you get a more earthy, kind of rough, smooth but rough feel. You start to get the oud, you start to get the leather, tobacco, and whatnot. You still get some of that sweetness from the fruits, from the vanilla and whatnot. And that's the thing that I loved about the dry down. It doesn't dry down into where it's just all tobacco and oud. You keep that sweetness, that softness throughout the life of the fragrance on your skin. And that's what makes it so beautiful. But right now, in the initial, you're going to get the fruits. You're going to get that cupcake. You're going to get some, you might get a little bit of the wood, a cashmere wood, but more so a little earthy feel to it. The saffron I'm not really picking up distinctively, so it's probably blended well. Probably gave it a little spice or whatnot, but it's good, y'all. This is beautiful. To a point where I had to buy it. Now, a lot of people over here talking about their 10 out of 10s and their favorite vanillas and whatnot. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is probably top 3 vanillas in my collection. Well, I'd say top 5, all right? Top 3 in my collection. I'd probably say one more that I would regard as a top 5. And some of y'all might hate this. Some of y'all might be like, what the Gems? What the hell is going on? But I'm going to tell y'all this too. Neve Aromatics, that Xandol, that Xandol is pretty good. That Xandol is pretty damn good. All right. Now, I know that there are people that believe that it smells like what is the one? It's Vampire Rum. All right. Is it Vampire Rum? The one with the multiple vanillas and whatnot? I know a lot of people believe it is a rendition of that. And it could be. I could see where it is. But y'all, that Xandol, it has multiple uses of vanilla. It's strong vanilla bomb. But y'all, when it dries down and you start to pick up that oh my God, when you start to pick up the cacao, the chocolate truffles, you start to pick up a little booziness. It's probably about an hour or 2 into it. Oh my God, on skin, it breaks down so beautiful, honestly. And that's one of the things that you don't get from Vampire Rum. Vampire Rum is beautifully blended 5 different types of vanilla or 5 doses of vanilla. And it is vanilla, 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 vanilla until it dries down into something very boozy, something a little overly sweet for me. Know plenty of people that liked it. It was up there, one of my favorites from the house at first, but I wore it a couple of times. I just got overwhelmed by the amount of vanilla it had in there. So I had to put it to the side. But for this to start off in a similar manner, but to dry down into something a little chocolatey, something a little earthy and whatnot, it dried down in a different direction, but it made it all the difference. It made all the difference. So I would definitely put Aromatics, Xandol as top 5 vanillas out there right now on my list. SB said, I have Tony Iommi Monkey Special, and I find it hard to believe that 9 p.m. Night Out is on par with it. I'll get my nose on it tomorrow. When I say on par with it, SB, I didn't say they smell alike. I said that my date, my girl, Magic Pajamas, she preferred 9 p.m. Night Out over Tony Iommi Monkey Special. If you're going to quote me, quote me. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that. That's what she liked. Hey, off my skin, she said it smelled better, and that's what we're going to roll with. You know what I'm saying? Fragcomm is big. I need one of those T-shirts, bro. For sure. Oh, man. For real, for real. All right. My guy, Rock Boy, said, Jims, what's going on? What you need, man? Have I smelled vanilla matrimony? I have, man. That is a really good vanilla fragrance. All right. I do like it, but it's too sweet for me. I definitely understand why the girlies love it. No offense, but not for me. Not my taste. You know what I'm saying? Dutch said leather vanilla is great, but that smoky jazz, I still got to smell it, Dutch. I've been looking for it, man. I know, y'all. I know. I will smell it soon. I promise. SB say, I don't own too many vanilla scents, right? Other than Virtus Vanilla Oud and Mancera Oud Vanilla. All right, well, Get your nose on these two for sure. Get your nose on these two. You talk about Vampiro by Lorenzo? Yes, Pazzalia. Or Pazzalia, as Dedrick and those say his name. Yes, Pazzalia. It's good. But yeah, when I came back to it, I couldn't get a full bottle. All right. Would I take that? Wait, I take that back. I have 3 vanilla. Okay, check out this leather vanilla sometime. You have to, man. You'll have to. Does that vanilla matrimony intense or whatever is way stronger, bro? The regular one was too strong. When he came out with the second one, I didn't even want to get my nose on it. It's too damn much, y'all. It's just too much. Can't do it. But hey, shout out to Chansu because we know he makes some great gourmand fragrances, but it ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't for me. But yeah, man, no. But this right here, look, we're 30 minutes in. I'm starting to get a few other things. I'm starting to pick up that rum. The chocolate truffle is coming out. No, I said chocolate truffle. I'm sorry. The dried fruits is becoming more apparent. Cupcake is stronger now. Y'all, it's beautiful. But this right here, it's definitely unisex. I like that it's not too powerful, but it's good. This is definitely something that I could love smelling on my woman. And I know she would enjoy smelling on me. All right. But this is good, y'all. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Now today for this breakdown, because we're already an hour and a half in, I'm only going to do that one fragrance. Next time I'm probably going to start it off with 9 and just get to it. But y'all, again, leather vanilla. If you hadn't gotten your nose on it, you hadn't gotten it on skin, what are you doing? All right? Stop mistreating yourself and treat yourself. All right? There it is. Check it out, y'all. But yeah, but hey, look, going forward, depending on when I get off, I might be back on the Monday Madness, all right, the Middle Eastern Monday, doing a little live after Walt and whatnot. Because shout out to my guy Neeb, shout out to French Avenue. The other day I got a package in, PR package, I guess you would say, all right. And as y'all know, I already have 4 from his line. I have the Royal Taboo, I have Xandol, I have the minty one, I forget what it is, and of course I have, I said Royal Taboo. I have the first 4 that came out, right? Let me see here. Well, shout out to French Avenue and him. They sent your boy a package. Plenty of reviews coming soon, all right? I now have in my collection, all right? Frostbite, the one that everybody is talking about, all right? Gonna talk about that one soon. Sunkissed. That boy said Xandol. Oh, it's Xandol. I don't have to pronounce that. All right. Of course, tease me. All right. I'm a little behind, but you know what? I'm glad to be here with these fragrances because I've heard so much about them. Forbidden Fruit. Shout out to Dave. We're gonna go ahead and probably wear that one first. All right. Wear that tomorrow. All right. Of course, Naughty Dates. It's one that everybody loves. I think my boy Noor Ali calls it sexy pancakes. All right. And of course, last but definitely not least, Magnetic. Boy. Got a lot to go over. Got a lot to unpack. Got a lot to go over. Shout out to them. All right. Shout out to French Avenue. My boy Neeb. Love you, man. And we're going to go from there, man. For real. It's going to be up, man. Your boy got some new stuff to talk about. But yeah, man. Why does it say, hey, you know what? I don't know. Oh, that was from an old post. I made that on the 29th. I was tripping. Let me take that down. SP said, I have frostbite, naughty dates, magnetic, and tease me. You enjoy them. Good. I'm gonna get a chance to experience them personally, man. I'm gonna see how I like them, man. Hey, does say you might as well do a whole aromatic stream. I might, man. If I can find a way to get them on here, I already told them, but they're 10 hours ahead of us. So right now it's 8 o'clock in the morning over there. So by the time I get off from work, which will be about 7, anywhere from 6 to 7, it'd be 5 in the morning over there. So, maybe I'll see if he can wake up one day at 6 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And come on stream and talk about these things. We'll see. Maybe. That boy said, glad you didn't buy those. Nah, man, I didn't buy them, man. No. Like I said, shout out to Neeb and them, man, for looking out for your boy. But yeah, man, look, it's been a great night. We had a conversation about the Vanity of Fragcomm. This is just part 1. All right. Gonna have another part because there are some things to discuss. You know what I'm saying? There are some things to talk about. It ain't just the bottles. All right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're here as a community. And, it's always good to know what you're here for. All right. And to know what you continue coming back for. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for members of the community, especially if you're in my community, to know what I'm here for. What am I here for? Am I here to stun on you with bottles, stun on you with knowledge? Nah, But it's always good to kind of refresh people's reason for why are you in this hobby? Why are you doing what you do? Hell, I have to do it with myself every day that I choose to come on live, every day that I choose to apply fragrance. Hold up. Dutch with the hypothermia and the T1. I want to smell. All right. Look, Raph, you might want to switch it around, baby. What did you say? Sexy pancakes. That's what my boy Ali said. Sexy pancakes. Date 1 looks interesting. Oh, I'm not even going to acknowledge that one. And pulled up on this Bruce Wayne account. Yeah, man. No, man, but we gonna get into it. But no, man, hey, look. Yeah. Leather vanilla is good. Man, so damn good. If you have not smelt it, please go get your nose on it. Nowadays, they got Premier Parfums, Premier Kuwait, or Premier Parfums, all right, and number of places. I think even, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn, no, those are Matiere releases, or Matiere Premier Parfums or whatnot. But they got them at a lot of scent places. Down here in Dallas, they have them at the Scent Room. I know my guy at Scents Eternal. He has a few. And you can check them out online. I know Scent Split and whatnot, they sell decants of them. Get your nose on it. See what you think. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. If not, your girl will like it. But honestly, I think you'll like it, especially on the dry down. And you don't have to wait that long to be impressed by it. Trust me. Trust me. Get your nose on it. But yeah, man, that's about it. Hey, if you haven't yet, go check out my guy Kix, all right, over there at Kix Griffey. All right. The other day I was blessed to be on a live stream that included several other reviewers. My guy Aroma Dolce, my guy Mundo. Some of these guys are bigger in the IG area. My guy Dutch in the chat, he was on there. Kix Griffey. We gave a shout out live and an appreciation live to our girl D over at Essential Harmony, Essential with a 3 to begin it with. And we were just going off some of the fragrances from our line that we truly resonate with. You know what I'm saying? Some of them that we truly wear, that we enjoy. Go check out that video. Go check out that live. It was a damn good live. We had a great time. Your boy was up to his usual self, jokes and everything. But yeah, go check it out, man. It's definitely a blast. And hey, hopefully I'll be on tomorrow night. Be able to resume my Middle Eastern Mondays and go from there, and do something cool, man. We'll see. We will see. But for now, it's been a long weekend. You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day wore me out. Not to mention the morning after definitely took a toll on me. All right. And your boys just wanting to chill at this point, just wanting to sit back and just rest. All right. Wanted to get on here, replant my flag in on Sunday afternoons, Sunday evenings, especially with the football season being over, and just chop it up with y'all for a little community conversation. But anyways, appreciate y'all for coming out. Appreciate y'all for spending a little bit of time with me, because I know you don't have to be here. You could have been anywhere else, especially on that lame All-Star game. All right. But you chose to be here with your boy. You know what I'm saying? You chose to come have a community discussion, a community conversation with me, and go from there. Oh, let me see real quick. Scent Boss said, for anyone interested, Max Aroma carries Primera Perfumes, Kuwait Frags. So check them out on there. Let me know if you see any good prices, or if you see anything for Smoky Jazz, because I'm still not willing to pay full price, but definitely want to get my nose on it. I'm willing to buy it, to blind buy the bottle though. All right. And we'll just go from there. But yeah, man, hey, appreciate y'all for coming out. All right. Like I said, always appreciate the support. All right. Let me say this, man. Actually, you know what? I'll save it for tomorrow, hopefully. All right. I'll save it for tomorrow. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, all right. Hey, I know Stepfather over here looking like Gems. Say it right. And normally I would, but I figured I'd go ahead and torture him a little bit, especially since I kind of forgot it. I always forget it, especially when your boy's been sipping and sniffing a little bit, sniffing perfumes, that is, all right? But yeah, man, hey, like we always try to say, hey, let every sip lead to a new discovery. Oh, wait, no, what is that? Yeah. Let every sip be a sip of inspiration. And let every sniff lead to a new discovery, all right? Like my guy David Webster said, hey, go ahead and thanks for, hey, take care, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, all right? We are going to go live after Walt. Hopefully I will definitely post it if I make it home in time. And you know what? We're going to talk about a couple of fragrances that I recently picked up, a couple of Middle Eastern cheapies, man. We're going to get back to our Middle Eastern Monday and go from there. But yeah, y'all be easy. Have a great night. I'll see you on the next live, man. Peace.